What's going on, everybody? What is going on to my Facebook family, my LinkedIn family, my YouTube family, my IG family? What is going on, all of y'all? And welcome to hashtag TBTT, Tax Boss Talk Thursdays. We're each and every Thursday right here on social media, on many platforms. I am right here talking to you all everything about tax business, okay? Tax business related things. All right. So I am Tatiani Favors. For those of you all who do not know me, I am a tax business coach. And what I do, what I absolutely love doing, what I have been chosen to do, okay, is I teach entrepreneurs how to start, build, and scale profitable tax businesses, okay? And I do so mainly via coaching. I have been in the taxation industry for 17 years. This will be my 18th tax season coming up, okay? And I absolutely love what I do. As I have learned that my experiences are not my own. It is my obedient job to make sure that I am paying my experience forward and all this knowledge forward because it's not for me to keep. It's for me to share the game with everyone. So that's exactly what I am doing. So today's topic, we're going to get right into it because it might run a little long today. I'm going to try to end it in about 30 minutes because I don't like to keep too much of y'all's time, but it might skip over into the 40-45 minute arena, depending upon if y'all have questions or not. Now, I already know because I don't know they say you attract who you are, but I like to think that I have grown to like ask my questions when I have questions. But I am on these live streams, right? And I'm like, ask your questions. And y'all are like, no. But when I get off these live streams, I have so many DMs and so many personal messages about what I just talked about. So my audience are a whole bunch of introverts. Y'all do not like to ask questions in person in real life, but my DMs are litty, like my niece and my nephew would say. They are litty. You hear me? So yes. So again, if y'all have questions, it doesn't matter if it's about what I'm talking about right now or not. Go ahead and feel free to ask me the questions that you do have, and we'll get right into it. So today's topic is November's to-do list. And you know what? Let me see. This is only my second time using StreamYard. Boom. Let me put my banner up there so y'all know what I'm talking about. Okay, so today's topic is the November's to-do list for tax pros. So for those of you all who are unfamiliar about my to-do list, I have a monthly to-do list. Every year I drop monthly to-do lists starting in March, ending in December for the tax professional, mainly for even the aspiring tax professional, because I start from the very beginning with everything you need to do from the very first step of conception when it comes to your tax business. So every month I give you no more than 5 tasks to complete that month. So by the time you get to December, all you're doing is crossing your T's and dotting your I's as it pertains to preparing yourself for the upcoming tax season. Okay. So instead of giving you this long laundry list of things to do to open your tax business, to start your tax business, to grow your tax business, I break it down into digestible bite-sized pieces every month, and they build upon one another. So if you are not familiar with my to-do list and you want access to all of the prior, then if this is IG, go ahead and click the link on my bio. It is free. It is a freebie, so you can get access to all of the to-do list before this, from March all the way up until now. And if this is YouTube, LinkedIn, and Facebook, I'll make sure to put the link in the comments where you can access the monthly to-do list. And I want you to go back to review these monthly to-do lists and see what you have completed and see what you have not completed. And if you have not completed it, I want you to complete it. Real simple, right? I try to make things real easy breezy, okay? Real simple. So let's dive into what I need y'all to do for this November to prepare for tax season 2023. So let me explain that the next 4 things that I'm going to say is a continuation. What I mean by that is, now that you know that I have monthly to-do lists, right? I have monthly to-do lists that I drop every month. The next 4 things that I'm going to say I have dropped in previous months, but they're just something that you need to continue throughout the end of the season. Throughout the end of the year in preparation for the upcoming season. So the 4 things that you need to continue are: 1, your tax preparation training. Especially if you are new, you want to make sure that you are up on all the game, everything tax preparation, that you are familiar with the laws, the new laws, all of that. If you are established tax professional, then you want to make sure that you are familiar with the new laws that they put out. They just released the new laws and the new thresholds and all of that probably about a little less than a month ago. So make sure that you understand and have complete clarity on what has been released and what's new, what's changing for the upcoming tax season. This is for you and your team. For those of you all who has a team, you want to make sure that everyone is on one accord with what the laws are. Okay, so tax preparation training. The second thing you want to continue is your tax software navigation training. You want to make sure, you should have your tax software by now. You want to make sure that you know how to navigate your software. I cannot stress to you all enough that imagine how many tax professionals I work with in a year, and then probably triple it. Okay, like I work with a lot of tax professionals, and it's a thing that you don't want to spend what should take you 20 minutes. Let's just go with a real simple tax return. What should take you 20, 30 minutes tops to prepare in a software, it's taking you 2.5 hours to prepare, simply because you don't know how to navigate the software. I know how to prepare a tax return. I know how to prepare a tax return really well. But give me a tax software I have never seen a day before in my life, it's probably going to take me a little while longer, because every tax software has its differences and has its variances. And you want to make sure that you know your tax software like the back of your hand, probably better than the back of your hand, because how often do you really, I'm looking now, like how often do you really look at the back of your hand? I don't know. But you want to make sure that you understand how to navigate your software, you and your team. You don't want to waste time, okay? Especially if you are a one-person show. You don't want to waste time, on tax returns because you don't know how to navigate the software. That means that if you're taking on average 2 hours to prepare a tax return that should take you less than an hour, that means that you are cutting into your money. You're cutting into your funds because you are now unable to take more clients. That means that your client retention is decreasing significantly, because you're definitely going to have tax clients that are falling through the cracks because you're going too slow. You're going to have an overflow, and not in the good way. Okay. And so it's a ripple effect, you not knowing how to navigate your software. So continue to continue the tax software navigation training. Okay. The third thing, continue to execute your marketing plan. Continue to execute your marketing plan. Y'all already know, especially if you are familiar with me, Q4, and you don't even have to be familiar with me. All you have to do is go on social media and just take a gander, just take a look. Q4 is prime time marketing for tax professionals. Period, point blank. Everyone knows that. Prime time marketing for tax professionals, right? So you need to be front of mind. You need to be building that know, like, trust factor with all of your tax clients now, your potential tax clients, because everyone else is. So you can't just say, you know what, I'm going to manifest me some clients, and you don't have any action to back that up. Okay. You have to make sure you are executing. I believe it was maybe July's or August to-do list where we completed our marketing strategy. Okay. Now I need you all to execute on that. I need you to execute on your marketing strategy, because marketing is how you get clients. And let me tell y'all, let me just go off the beaten path for a second. I think that, and a lot of people disagree with me, and I don't care because I'm just that person, but marketing is the most important aspect of your tax business. Marketing is the most important aspect of your tax business. Why do I say that? Because if you don't have clients, you don't have a business. Okay? If you do not have clients, you don't have a business. And how do you get clients? By marketing. It doesn't matter if you're the best tax preparer in the world. If you don't have clients, whose taxes are you preparing? I'll wait. Exactly. Marketing is the most important aspect of your tax business. Okay. So you always need to be making sure that you are exposing your tax business, talking about your tax business. No one can have you prepare their tax return if they don't know you're in business, if they don't know that you even offer a service. If they go to your social media page and you have 3 posts up there and 2 of them is from 2019, they don't know what you do. They're not going to feel comfortable giving you money. So now is the time that you need to continue to execute on marketing to continue marketing, executing your marketing plan. There we go. Jeez Louise. And the 4th thing you need to continue is building your team. Okay. Building your team. A lot of you are looking forward to building a team. And how do you build a team? You build a team one person at a time. Okay. One person at a time. But before you really even start to build your team, there are some things that you as the CEO and the founder of your tax business need to do, that you must do. Okay. Firstly, and let me just say this, because a lot of people, and I've even made this mistake, so this is why I can talk about this. When it comes to building a team, hiring people, a lot of people think that, okay, let me just hire someone because I'm a boss, so that means I have to hire someone. Everyone is always talking about outsourcing, so let me just get someone. And people tend to hire too quickly or prematurely. What does that look like? First of all, that looks like wasted energy, time, and money. Money. Trust me. I'm not going to say this was a mistake, but I like to say it was an expensive lesson. Okay. Don't hire anyone just because social media told you to, or even that Tatiana Favors told you to. Yes, Tatiana Favors told you to hire someone or to outsource, but I also am going to tell you that you have to do certain things first. And those certain things is make sure that you understand what you're hiring. So what position do you even need to fill? And what does that look like? What is a day in the life of this position every day? How is this particular position that you're trying to fill going to move the needle in your tax business? What are they going to do? What are they going to do every day? What does that look like? What does their day look like? You don't want to have to be struggling trying to figure out what you're going to give a particular person in order for them to do work for your company. Okay, it sounds crazy when I say it, but that's the majority of people's lives. They will hire someone and not have anything for them to do and just be paying them because they hired them. You as a business owner have to have a certain level of clarity. You have to know where is your tax business going? What is the end goal? What is the trajectory of your business? Where are you taking these people? Okay. If you don't know that, you're not really ready to hire, because everything has to be intentional. Everything is very intentional. When you become a business owner, playtime is over. When you have a job, you just do what they tell you to do and collect your check and whatever. But when you are running your own business, whether it's part-time or full-time, it does not matter. That's when you have to get real cozy with this I word, the intentional word. Everything has to be very intentional. Everything has to be very intentional. Your hires, how what is the end goal? Where are you going? What is the trajectory of your tax business? What is it? So you can be a good leader, so you can actually lead the people who you're hiring. Okay. One thing that I will say before, and I didn't even mean to spend this much time on this part, but hey, y'all, I can't help it. But a lot of tax professionals want to outsource and want to hire people, and I am all for that. Like, trust and believe me, I am all for that. But one thing that you cannot do as the founder and CEO of your company is you cannot outsource your vision. No one can do that for you. You cannot outsource your vision. You have to first create the path. Where is this train going? What is your vision? How do you want your business ran? How do you want your life to be? No one else can dream that up for you. That comes from the depths of your soul. So that you have to at least do that. What is your overall vision before you start bringing other people into this, chaotic world of yours that you don't even know where you're going? It's not worth it. So you cannot outsource your vision. So those are the 4 things that you need to be continuing this November. So now we're going to get into the new task of November. So the first thing is complete your bank compliance training. Complete your bank of compliance training. Once you are approved by a refund bank, you must complete compliance training in order to offer bank products. Okay. You must complete this compliance training in order for you to offer bank products. So for those of you all who are unfamiliar about what bank products are, they are, you probably would know them as bank advances. So to give you the whole full picture of this really quickly, the IRS does not start to fund tax returns until after February 15th because of the PATH Act, right? But as you all know, it's a lot of people who receive their refunds before February 15th. That's because they utilize something that's called a bank product. And there are 2 main type of bank products. There's the bank advance, which is actually a loan, and there's a refund transfer. A bank advance is the most popular one. It is a loan. It will allow, hey, Britt, it will allow your tax client, okay, to get all or a portion of their refund. And that is a loan, and they get it through the refund bank. The refund bank is loaning them this money, and the tax return is the collateral for this loan. A lot of tax professionals don't even know that that is a loan, but I'm giving y'all a game right now on how the business behind the business. Okay. So it's a loan. Your tax return is collateral. Okay. And so when the IRS begins to fund the tax returns, then that's when the refund banks get their money back and all of that. That's why it's so important for you all to make sure that you're not filing frivolous tax returns or things of that nature, that you're doing your due diligence, that you are filing all of these tax returns on the up and up. Not only because bank products, you should be doing this with clients who don't receive bank products. However, when the IRS goes to play their matching game, let's say, for instance, if your client has a $5,000 refund and the bank, gave them a $5,000 advance, and then when the IRS goes over their tax return, something is filed improperly, and they say, you know what? Instead of a $5,000 refund, this tax client only is supposed to get a $2,000 refund. So now they owe the bank $3,000. So the bank is going to be going after them like, you owe me money or whatnot. Excuse me. And the tax client is going to look at you as their tax professional and say, what's going on? And boom, you just lost a client. So you want to make sure that you are doing your due diligence. You want to make sure that you are filing these tax returns on an up and up and not just pumping up and inflating numbers so your clients can get a bigger refund, especially if they're getting in advance, because that is a loan and the bank will come after them. Okay. So once you are approved by a bank, you want to make sure that you take that compliance training. Every bank has a compliance training that you have to take in order to even offer bank products, okay? In order to even offer bank products. Now, depending on your target market, you may or may not have a target market that's even interested in bank products, okay? But I would always suggest that you set yourself up for success. You don't want to have to turn away money just because someone wants to utilize a bank product because they don't want to pay you out of pocket. That's another thing. Utilizing a bank product is convenient for your clients. It allows your client to not have to pay your fee out of their pocket. Okay. So say your tax preparation fee is $250, right? So if they utilize a bank product, even if they don't utilize the advance, which is the loan, they can utilize what's called a refund transfer. And that's simply the process of having their fees, having their refund reduced by fees, right? And then your tax client will get the remainder of that. So it's the bank's job to get their fee, the software company's fee, and then your tax preparation fee. And then your prep fee will come from the bank. So that's how you would get paid for those clients who decide to opt in and use a refund transfer, which is AKA a type of bank product, right? If you have a client that wants to use a bank product, but you're not set up, you just lost out on $250 or whatever your prep fee is. So I would say go ahead and get set up with a bank, just for those little handful of clients that may come by that may want a bank product. You have it to offer. You want to be competitive. Everyone offers bank products. So you want to be competitive. Even if you don't use it, you have it in your back pocket. You don't want to limit your tax business at all, So don't limit your tax business. Go ahead and take that compliance training, because if you don't, then you can't offer it at all. It doesn't matter if you were approved for it or not, you won't be able to offer it. Okay, the third thing, go ahead and bulk order your supplies and your marketing materials now. Go ahead and bulk order your supplies and your marketing materials right now from your refund banks, okay? So go ahead and order your check stocks, your marketing materials, all of your supplies from refund banks. You don't want to wait until December. Why? Because December mail is crazy. If you are 10 years older and above, you should, maybe not 10, but if you are a teenager and above, you know that in December, the mail gets crazy. Why? Because everyone is mailing Christmas gifts. Everyone is mailing my birthday gifts. Everyone is mailing all types of gifts. They even have seasonal workers for FedEx, UPS, the post office, because that's how crazy mail is in December. You don't want your check stock and everything and all the mess that might get lost. And now you're well into tax season and you don't have your marketing materials. You don't have your check stock and all of that. Unacceptable. Do it this month. Go ahead and do it this month. Have it ready. So you can just have it just on the wall somewhere, like in the corner somewhere, until you're ready to put it up in your office, or until you're ready to to set up your office or whatever. Just go ahead and order them now. Once you get approved for a refund bank, you go in the back office, you go ahead and click a button and they'll ship it right on to you. Okay. Some of them automatically do it, but they'll send you like the starter kit. It might come with like 20 checks or something. You have to go back in there and order more checks. You have to go in there and order more marketing materials. If you want like Spanish materials and all of that, you can do that. But excuse me. But go ahead and do that now. Okay. Number 4, the fourth thing I want you all to do this November, okay, is go ahead and implement security requirements. Implement security requirements. It doesn't matter if you have a virtual office, a physical office. It is a requirement to have the proper security in your office to protect your client's information. Okay. So if you have so what does that look like? That looks like if you have a virtual tax business, that you have firewalls in place, you have an antivirus on your computer. In order to get into your computer, a password is required. In order to open up your computer, you have all of the, like I said, the antiviruses and all of that for your computer. You have a secure platform wherever you're keeping your client files, online, in the cloud, whatever. Everything has to be secure. It is our due diligence to make sure that we are protecting our clients' documents. That is very, very important. And the refund banks will come check on you. If you have a physical location, they have representatives that will come to your office just to make sure that you don't have things like lying around and stuff. That's a real thing, okay? Also, if you have a physical location, that means that everything I said virtually, okay, all your computers have to be secure, but that also means that you're not leaving things on the table. If you have filing cabinets where you keep your client information, that those are locked, they have the ability to be locked. You just have to make sure that you are keeping clients' information secure and locked away, that you are not being careless with that information. So you want to go ahead and implement security requirements this month. You don't want to wait until December to do that either, because you may have to renew your antivirus or get a stronger one. You may have to get a whole cyber security thing for your office that you have to purchase. You don't want to have to be purchasing all of these little things for your tax business and trying to get Christmas presents and all of that is too much. So go ahead and just do it this month. Make sure that you are up and ready to go. Make sure that you are getting familiar with all of your security requirements so you'll know what's normal and what's abnormal when it comes to the tax season. Okay, go ahead and do it this month. And the fifth thing that I want you all to do in November in preparation for tax season 2023 is implement automation. Okay, implement automation. Now is the time to implement automation. I really want you all to heavily consider, and let me just get real serious with y'all for a second. I really want y'all to heavily consider implementing automation, especially if you have a job. If you are a person who have a job and you're running your tax business on the side, it's not like implementing automation is a must for you. Is a must. Because first of all, let me just talk to y'all for a second. Okay. I'm talking to the people right now. I'm gonna get to the full-time entrepreneurs in a second. But let me talk to you all who have jobs. Okay, who still have a job and you're running your tax business on the side, right? I used to work. I used to be in corporate America. I had a full-time job and I was running my tax business too. And let me tell you what you're experiencing during tax season while you have a job. You are overwhelmed. You are overworked. You are stretched to the max. You are tired at work. You at work taking calls from your tax clients and everything, meeting with them on your lunch breaks, doing the absolute most, okay, trying to run two businesses at once. One being, going to your job and then running your business, because you're still doing everything manually in your tax business. You don't have the time that you need to put toward your tax business. So you must put in some automation. You must implement automation for your client's sake. Okay. It is impossible for you to keep your clients, all of your clients, while you have a job, happy and all of that. They are feeling, let me tell you, let me see. Let me go into some client psychology real quick. Your clients, right? Most of them, I'm not talking about the ones you know, your family, your friends, and all of that. A client who don't know you, besides you are my tax professional, they do not care that you have a job. They do not care about none of that. They just want to make sure that they can get in contact with you when they want to get in contact with you because they have a question or they're trying to give you their documents or whatever. And you're not available during office hours because you're at work. So now you have clients who are losing faith in you, who are losing trust in you, who is like feeling like they don't have the TLC that they deserve and feeling like left out in the cold. If you implement automations, your business can still be running. They can still be receiving emails, and that'll keep them on ice until you can physically get to them. And not physically, but return their email, return their call, or what have you. If you have automations in place, your business is still going, things are still happening, things are still moving forward until you can take over and actually get it. When you have automation in place, your client should not be able to tell when it's you or the tech that's communicating with them for real. They get an email, they get a reminder, they get a thank you after they pay, they get a whatever. This act triggers that act, triggers this act. That's all happening while you're at work, while you're asleep, while you're on vacation, while you're doing a live on Tax Boss Talk Thursdays. All of that happens as you're living life doing other things. Because let me tell you what you don't want to do, people who still have a job. And let me tell you how I don't want you to get sucked in with what social media might be trying to tell you. You need to keep your job right now. Because the fact that you even still have a job and you're not 100% in your tax business tells me that your tax business isn't where you want it to be, because if it was, you would be making the amount of money you want to make to have made that transition over already. You would have quit your job already and you would be a full-time entrepreneur. But you haven't built your tax business up to that level yet, which is fine. But I want you to understand where you are. Where you are is you aren't there yet. So what you need to do is keep your job, because your job will fund your tax business until your tax business can fund your tax business. Your job is your investor. Your job is your investor. Your job is what's going to pay for these automations. Your job is what's going to pay for help and for you to outsource things. Your job is going to pay for the things that you need to scale your tax business, to enhance your tax business and all of that. That's what that is there for. Understand and appreciate that job, because you need that job right now. And so I say that to say you don't want to be at this job all super tired and stuff, about to lose this job because you trying to run your tax business that's not giving you what you want out of it yet, because you haven't given what you need to your tax business, because you don't have the time. You don't have the time to dedicate to your tax business to really grow it, because a good 8 hours of your day is dedicated somewhere else. And by the time you get to your tax business, you're tired. And then if you're a one-person show, you are actually wearing multiple hats. You're the admin, you're the tax preparer, you're the marketer, you're everything. And then on top of that, don't tell me you have kids. Don't tell me you have a spouse. Don't tell me you're human and need to sleep. What? Crazy, right? It's only 24 hours in a day. It's only 24 hours in a day. Let me tell you, all right, y'all know I'm tangent queen. So let me tell you this. I hate it's a saying that's like, you and Beyonce got the same 24 hours in a day. No, we don't. No, you don't. You and Beyonce do not have the same 24 hours in a day. Want to know why? Because Beyonce has a team. Beyonce has automations in place that her team probably set up. So Beyonce can spend her 24 hours 100% in her creativity. Whereas if you are a one-person show and then especially if you don't have automations, then you can probably spend a fraction in your creativity or a fraction trying to grow your business or working on your business, but you're spending way more time working in your business. You're replying to emails, you're posting on social media, you're doing this, you're doing that. So no, we don't have the same 24 hours at all. But automation will give you your time back, will give you some more of those hours off the day, will give you time to go to work, will give you time to actually go to your kids' games or whatnot and be an active participant and actually cheer for them for the stands instead of being in the back trying to respond to emails and taking calls and stuff at your kids' game. Listen, when you are knee deep in tax returns during tax season, you don't have time. You're not available. You don't have a life. I know what it is to have your life end in January and pick back up in May, simply because from January through the end of April, you are busy. You are knee deep in tax returns. Are you making good money? Yeah, I used to make great money when I was knee deep in tax returns. I ain't had time to spend it though. I didn't even have time to spend it because I did not have time. Okay. If you don't even have time to spend the money you're making, like, well, what are we doing this for? You know, like what's happening? I actually had a consultation with a young lady, and she older than me, so she's not even a young lady, but she's still a young lady. You know, she could still be a young tenderoni, but it was a nice woman who she desperately needs to scale her business. And one thing, if y'all don't know, I automate tax businesses, and so she needs automation in her tax business. She's a newlywed and everything. She has kids, and that's a senior. She has one that's a senior, one that's like a freshman, you know, so she has a lot going on that she actually needs to be with her family during this year or whatnot. And she goes, I don't have time to implement automation into my business. And I'm like, do you hear yourself? That is the most oxymoron thing. You don't have time to do something that's going to give you time. But I knew exactly where she is because I used to be there. I'm like, I don't have time to be implementing something that but you don't realize how much time it's giving you. If you saying right now you don't have time to XYZ, then you need automation, period. Then you need automation because automation is going to give you your time back. Okay. It's going to make sure that none of your clients fall through the cracks anymore, because the process of even implementing automation, what you have to do, you have to get real specific. You have to get real organized. One thing, let me give y'all the game, because a lot of people mess up here. You can't just automate stuff. A lot of people spend and waste a lot of money on these Supreme automation software and all of that, and think that, oh yes, I spent a band on this software, so my business is going to be great. But what you have to do before you automate stuff is you have to figure out what you're going to automate. You have to create the procedures of what you're going to automate. That means you have to create your SOPs, your standard operating procedures. And I think that there should be a standard operating procedure in every aspect of your tax business. So you first have to create your SOPs first. You have to know what that internal organization is. What is the process of what is the workflow of how you're even processing your tax clients? What does that look like? And then you automate those procedures. You have to understand what you're automating. You just don't get it and just like, okay, now everything is great. No, you have to actually create the process and then automate that process. And that's how you that's how you get your time back. That's how you significantly reduce your clients from falling through the cracks. That's how you significantly increase your client retention. That's how you increase your bottom line, aka your funds, aka your revenue, whatever you want to call it, aka your income. Creating your SOPs and automating them is the best 1-2 punch since Mike Tyson, okay? That is where you want to be. And y'all are going to get so sick of me. If y'all are not sick of me by December 31st talking about automation, then I have not properly done my job, because that's all I'm going to be talking about until the end of the year is automating your tax business, because it's that important. People don't talk about it enough. It's some tax gurus out here talking about automation. No. If you're not following me on IG, follow me at Tatiani Favorites. I'm at Tatiani Favorites on every single platform. Even now, I'm live on YouTube, Facebook, and LinkedIn and Instagram. Okay. Y'all are going to get tired of me talking about automation because it's that important. Automation has changed my life. Automation has changed my businesses. Automation has lowered my payroll expense. Things that used to be someone that I used to have to hire to do certain tasks, automation can do now, especially repetitive tasks. Now, it's some things that I need people for still, for sure. Okay, like a business can't run fully on automation. Like me personally, I still want people, but you need both. You need to outsource to humans and to implement automation into your business, period, point blank. Period, point blank. So let's talk about you full-time entrepreneurs real quick. If you're a full-time entrepreneur, but you're a one-person show, you need automation because you're stretching yourself thin too. You get up every day and you bust your ass and you're so busy, but you can't figure out during tax season why you're busy and still broke. Why you wake up at 6 and go to bed at 12 and you still broke, but you busy. I'll tell you. Here's the secret. You want to know the secret? Y'all bring it in. It's secret. It's the difference between being busy and being productive. Okay? You can be busy. I know back in the day, your parents might, you busy doing nothing. You could be busy doing nothing. You could be busy answering emails all day. You could be busy doing something in your business that doesn't necessarily move the needle in your business. Oh yeah, you real busy. But is it progressive? Is it productive? Is it moving the needle in your tax business? That's where intentional comes in at. As a business owner, as a tax business owner, as an entrepreneur, as a whatever you want to call yourself, as that, you have to get real cozy with that I word, intentionality. You have to get real cozy with being intentional. When you have a job, you just do what they tell you to do and collect your check, and that be that. Okay, cool. But when you're calling the shots, and when everything great in your business, you're getting praised for, and when things fall apart, you're getting blamed for because you are the founder and CEO, and that's just how that cookie crumbles, then you have to be very intentional about everything you do. And time is a very, very important factor that you don't even realize as a factor until you really just start making money. Because in the beginning of my entrepreneurial career, it was all about money. It was all about bread. I just wanted to make bread, money. But now, where I am now in my life, and as a woman, as a business person, as an owner, time is my most valuable asset. It's time. Because once it's gone, it can never come back. But I can spend a stack today and get 3 tomorrow. I can always make more money, okay? But I can never get more time. Time is what it is about. And if you are still doing things manually in your tax business, if you still have a hand on every aspect of your tax business, you're going to go out of business soon. Because first of all, you're not going to be able to keep up with everyone else, because especially with people like me yelling automation, I'm automating tax businesses left and right. They're going to be running circles around you. Why? Because they have literally a machine behind them. So their business is going and working when they're asleep, but you need sleep. So both of y'all are asleep, but guess whose business is still pumping? Guess whose business is still rolling? Guess whose clients are still being served? Theirs, not yours. How does that make you feel as a business owner? You have to be competitive, period, point blank. Everyone wants to make a difference and make an impact and everything. You can, but you can also make a profit too. Where this is a business. This is a tax business. Heavy on the business. Tax is just describes the type of business it is. And everyone is in business to make a profit. If you were not in business to make a profit, then this would be a hobby for you. You would do this for fun. Okay? You would do this, and it'll just be a whatever. But if you're calling this a business, then of course you want to make a profit. You want to be competitive. You want to make sure you're keeping your clients and growing your business. You want to make sure that you're moving with intentionality. You want to make sure that you're not overstretching yourself and not working in your business, but working on your business. And you want to make sure that when you're working on your business, that your brain has the creative juices in order to work on your business. It takes all of your creative juices to figure out how to make money, how to get more clients, how to separate yourself from all the other tax professionals out there. That takes brain power. That takes creativity. Okay. Because if it doesn't, you're going to end up like all these other tax professionals that just copy and paste each other. They have the same looking ads. They say the same things. It's so vanilla. This person's colors is green and yellow, and this person's colors is white and blue, and that's the only difference. They saying the same thing. They look the same. They got the same poses. It's like copy paste. Everyone says the taxation industry is saturated. It's only saturated when you come in doing the same thing everyone else is doing. But if you come in this industry doing things a little differently, then you will attract your loyal clients, and automation can help you do that. Okay. I am actually having a free masterclass next Thursday on the 17th. The landing page will be available tomorrow. I just found out earlier today on my live earlier today that my VA said it'll be out tomorrow. It was supposed to be out today, but hey, things happen. It'll be out tomorrow for y'all to sign up. So in the meantime, if you're interested in learning about how you can automate your tax business, DM me. So I'll make sure it'll be in my bio link in IG and all of that where you can sign up. It is free 99. So all you need is time. It'll be at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time next Thursday. So the same time I do Tax Boss Talk, I won't do it next Thursday. I'll be on the How to Automate Your Tax Business masterclass. Okay. Y'all definitely need to join. So make sure you DM me, make sure you're following me so you can make sure that you sign up for this masterclass. But those are the things I need you all to do in November. I'm about to review these things real quick. Review them real quick if you're just joining. What's up, everyone joining? Hey, on StreamYard. Hey, y'all. And if y'all have any questions, definitely go ahead and put in the comments as well. I'm about to review what I just went over. If you're just joining, catch the replay, okay? So the 4 things that you need to continue throughout this month and next month is tax prep training for you and your team, tax software navigation training. You need to learn continue to learn how to use your tax software. Okay. You want to continue to execute your marketing plan, and you want to continue building your team. Okay. So the new things that you need to do for November is complete your bank compliance training. Okay. After you have been approved by Refund Bank and you want to offer bank products, you must complete your bank compliance training. Go ahead and complete it. Don't wait until December or January. Just go ahead and do it so you can be clear to offer these bank advances, especially for those of you who have a target market who's real huge on utilizing the bank advances and the bank products. Okay. The third thing, go ahead and bulk order your supplies and your marketing materials from your refund banks. So your check stock, especially, okay? And then also, excuse me, your marketing materials. Don't wait till December. You already know how December mail is. Everyone is mailing out their Christmas presents, their holiday presents, all of that. You don't want your check stock and your marketing material for tax season to be stuck, delayed, and or lost in all of the holiday cheer, okay, at the post office. You don't want that. Go ahead and order that stuff this month. The fourth thing, implement security requirements. It doesn't matter if you have a brick and mortar physical location or you have a virtual tax business. You have to abide by the due diligence. You are required to have the proper security for your office to protect your client's information. Okay. Make sure that you are getting familiar with Circular 230 and make sure that you understand what these security requirements are. Okay. Again, if you're just coming in, catch the replay. I am in review mode. I'm about to run out of mouth minutes. No, I'm just playing. I love y'all. And then also the fifth thing is implement automation. Okay. Implement automation. I will tell you all this. It doesn't matter where your budget is or where you are on your taxpreneurial journey. Okay. You don't have to get the $5,000 package, the $3,500 package, or even your whole tax business automated at once. If you are just starting out, you can still implement automation on every level that you're on every budget that you have. Now, will it be the greatest and all of that for when you pay top tier? No. But when I first started, I used free softwares, to make sure that I can automate my business. And before I could afford what I'm using now, I definitely made it make sense. Okay. I use complementary softwares that integrated with each other and the end user couldn't figure it out. It was more work on my part, but the end user didn't know that I was using the cheap stuff versus what I might be using now. But it took me more time to set it up. So I will say this as it pertains to automation. You can automate at any budget and you can automate at any budget and at any level that you are on your tax business. Okay, you can. But if you have an abundance of time, okay, if you lack, let's put it like this, if you lack money, you cannot lack time. Okay, you cannot lack time. If you lack money, you cannot lack time. And usually the people who lack time have money because they go ahead and pay to get to where they need to go. But you cannot lack money and time if you're trying to really get your tax business to where you want it to be. If you lack the funds, then you need to come up with some time because you're going to have to implement this stuff yourself. You're going to have to definitely do it. I can give you the tools. That's why I want y'all to come to this webinar next Thursday on the 17th at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I'm going to give you the tools. I'm going to give you the game. I'm going to show you exactly how to do it. But you better have the time to implement it. If you don't have the time, then have the money to have it implemented properly for you. So I'm going to leave y'all with that. I love doing automations for tax pros and so many. Yep, it is. It really is. I love it too. That's actually one of my favorite things to do for companies is automating their tax businesses. All right. So if y'all have any questions for me, let me make sure I'm going through the comments. I'm about to get up out of here. If you have any questions for me, go ahead and put them in now. Let me go through these comments up here. I know I'm gonna have DMs every time I get off a live. I have DMs. Y'all be so bashful. Y'all do not like asking questions in public, but time I get off, I have all the PMs and DMs. If I don't have any questions, y'all definitely go to my bio link and get access to all of the other monthly to-do lists. And I will need y'all to look at the monthly to-do list all the way from March. It's March through November now. I have to add the Novembers. But look through the monthly to-do list. And if there are things that you have not completed yet, go ahead and complete it. Okay, we have 53 days until tax season. It's probably less than that because it's holiday season. Thanksgiving is coming. Christmas is coming. New Year's is coming. So it's really like 40 days for real we have until tax season of working days. And that's if you decide to work the weekends, which most of y'all might not. So you don't have a lot of time. So make sure that you know exactly what you need to do to at least be up and running, ready to accept clients, guys. Okay. Anything free that I'm doing, you need to be there, because this is the time where I give a lot of free game. Well, I give a lot of free game all year round. But if you are preparing for tax season 2023, you need to be following me on one of these platforms. I am at Tatiani Favors on everything. So if you just type in Tatiani Favors on LinkedIn, Facebook, YouTube, IG, you're going to find me. Follow me. I'm dropping some stuff. I have some new freebies I'm talking about. I am focusing in on automating tax businesses. That has always been like a referral service that I've done behind the scenes, but this year I am making it public because it's just that important, and it has really transformed my clients' lives. And now I'm like, okay, I need to transform more lives, because automation is where it's at. Okay, guys. So if I don't have any other questions, I'm going to be out of here. I'll see y'all next week, or I might see y'all before. Who knows? All right, y'all. Have a great Thursday evening, and have a great, most of y'all are having a 3-day weekend. Y'all be safe. All right. Peace.